Hi folks, my name's Abe Brown, and I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm a coach. I'm sharing this video with you today out of a passion to inspire and influence people. My wholehearted desire is to partner with you so that you're inspired and nurtured, and you use your influence with skill and power. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. Now, I want to open by just making a statement. Your influence is greater than you think. Influence is the capacity to have an effect on the character development or behavior of someone or something. The reality is that leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. And we all do that all the time. We're all in a position where we influence others whether we intend to or not. We all exert influence 24/7 if we know it or not. The question is not if our influence is profound, because for all of us it is profound. The question is it positive? I was jolted the other day when I was out for an afternoon walk with my wife and children. As we were walking through the neighborhood on a bright and beautiful day, flooded with sunlight, we passed by a local playground for small kids. Strolling along the sidewalk beside the park, it was peaceful to hear, the happy sounds of children's laughter and fun. And so it was a shock when it was interrupted by the shrill pitch of a man yelling, "You're such a doughhead. You're always such a doughhead. Come on, let's go." Then I heard again, "You're such a doughhead. You're always such a doughhead. Come on, let's go." Now, of course, I was concerned at this moment for the safety of the children, not just mine, but the kids in the park. And so I slowed our walk down a bit so I could find out what this man's verbal pollution was all about. It turns out that he was yelling at his daughter, who looked like she was about 5 years old, about a doctor's appointment they were apparently late for. He was trying to get his daughter's attention so that they could get to this doctor's appointment on time. Totally legitimate in terms of the desire, but totally illegitimate in terms of the communication. Then we watched the little girl leave the swing set she was on. She ran hurriedly to her father. As she did, she grabbed the hand of her little sister so they could leave together. The smaller sister began to cry, of course upset that they had to stop playing and leave the park. A gentle conflict ensued between big sister and little sister to kind of coax that little sister to come along for the ride. It was almost as though this small act of familial care triggered another explosion of negative energy and damaging words from this doughhead of a dad. Again, the father let his presence be felt with verbal abuse, heard and witnessed by all. "You're such a doughhead. You're always such a doughhead. Come on, let's go. You don't need to bring your sister. And now look, you just made her cry. You always do this. Your sister's supposed to stay here while we go to the doctor. Why do you always act like such a doughhead?" Before you knew it, the dad and daughter hopped into an idling minivan and sped off, leaving the little girl there. And then I saw the grandmother come out and get the little girl. Now, I'm not sure exactly what a doughhead is, but based on the level of toxicity and venom in his tone of speech, it can't be that good. When I think about parental affection and empowering our children, the phrase doughhead, along with criticism for caring for your smaller sister, anger, blame, and shame, they're not in the parenting manual. Parents should empower and nurture us rather than disempowering and crippling us with their words and their tones. You know what? A key principle in life, navigation, is that your words, your energy, your tone, and your spirit, they all have power. Our words are our greatest tools. Our words are an instrument in our hands, and we can use them with great skill and artfulness to heal those who are wounded, to support those who are struggling, to guide those who are confused, to encourage those who are timid, and to inspire those who are apathetic. However, when we use our words with recklessness and ignorance, they can lay heavy burdens, impose significant barriers and obstacles, and they can disempower and disable completely. The words that we speak not only ring in the ears of those who hear them in the moment, but they echo into eternity in real-world terms of self-perception, thought processes, choices, behaviors, and all the outcomes that follow. I'll tell you what, we need to be careful with the words we speak. See, we all have profound influence. Now, on the positive side of this, I want to tell you a little bit about Bruce and Evan. In terms of profound professional influence. These were men, younger men, who totally impacted my life when I was younger in my career through their kind words, through constantly believing in me. I had all kinds of challenges at the time in my late teens. I was trying to figure it out, and they influenced me in such a profound way. You see, your influence is greater than you think. Our influence and footprint is profound, so we need to use it wisely. We need to learn the formula for profound positive influence, PPI. Now let me share with you the formula for profound positive influence. It's simply here, PPI equals PD1 plus PSD plus PD2 plus MSD. Are you confused yet? Let's just go ahead and look at this. Profound positive influence, PPI, equals PD1, which is personal development, plus PSD, people skills development, plus professional development, which is PD2, plus market skills development. Let's break these down. PD1, personal development. More than ever before, we hear about this concept of personal development in the media, in conversation at Starbucks, and in our workplaces. When we think of personal development, we think of well-being, we think of wholeness, we think of balanced health. We think of a self-awareness that causes us to be at peace with ourselves and the world around us. Focus on health that's complete and holistic. In essence, personal development is an active process of living a fully engaged life at every level of being. If you want to have profound positive influence, the first place you got to start is with personal development, PD1. Being fully engaged and aware means that you continually seek more insight about how you can grow and evolve. In essence, personal development is a process in which you make decisions that will better your life. Personal development is more than feeling good and more than just keeping disease out of your life. It's also a way that you approach each day and what you're doing proactively to stay healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We need the tool of personal development packed into our toolkit. The greatest gift you can give to others is the gift of your own self-development. How do we have positive, profound influence? By developing personally. PSD stands for people skills development. Teddy Roosevelt said that the single most important ingredient to the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. More than any single quality, what determines your success and effectiveness in life is how you nurture relationships and connection with people. PPI, profound positive influence, is all about establishing connection, nurturing trust, building rapport, being authentic. We're going to talk about that. PD2 stands for professional development. There's a huge trend in our information age and information culture towards lifelong learning and continuing education. We live in a world speeding towards the future where the knowledge and skill you had even 5 years ago no longer gets you the results that it once did, or the paycheck for that matter. What you knew and what worked just a little while ago might not work today, and at the very least might not provide the income, security, and status that it once did. Now, if you reject change, of course, what's happening is you are guaranteeing yourself decay. There are many ways that people are describing our economy today. We're a knowledge economy. We're a skills-based economy. We're an information technology economy. We're a new economy. These terms reflect the fact that our economy today is built much more around knowledge and skill and much more around information than ever before. The key to employment security, the key to a steady paycheck is the ability to change and organically evolve, professional development, to continually transform and flow with the realities of the marketplace around us. You know, Vincent van Gogh, the Impressionist painter, he was a schoolmaster, he was a student priest, he was a missionary and an art dealer before he became a painter. Before he became president, Abraham Lincoln was a rail splitter, a riverboat operator, a store clerk and an owner, a postmaster, a surveyor, a military officer, a lawyer, and finally a politician. They did what they needed to do so that they were employable and they were able to earn with ever-changing market realities. You know, the Bureau of Labor Statistics in the U.S. reports that men and women hold an average of 14 jobs by the time they turn 40. How many of you think professional development is so critical in terms of profound positive influence? That takes us to MSD, which is market skills development. The truth is we need to be far more tethered to the concept that we're continually changing and evolving and developing marketable skills than being tethered to the concept of one particular career or skill set. We need to embrace the mindset of change and constant growth. We need to continually facilitate and develop an abundance of marketable skills. The need for continuing education and constant learning has never been greater. And as I said before, our only income security is our ability to change, grow, and evolve in terms of marketable skills. And so, that's something that I really encourage you to think about. There's an ancient proverb, it says something like this: using a dull axe requires great strength, so sharpen your blade. And I know in our last video on kind of limitless living, I talked about that. But boy, is it ever important not just to work hard, but also to work smart. Abraham Lincoln talking about having 8 hours to chop down a tree, but spending 6 hours to sharpen his axe. We need to learn marketable skills so we can learn smarter, as opposed to just working harder. The greater our marketable skills, the greater our potential. Every time you develop a new marketable skill, you break through another financial ceiling. So let me review with you again the formula for profound positive influence. PD1 plus PSD plus PD2 plus MSD equals profound positive influence. Personal development plus people skills development plus professional development plus market skills development means that you will have positive and profound influence. Here's the good news. All of these things we're going to talk about at the Influence and Inspiration Conference in Calgary, Alberta on October 18th and 19th, 2014. We're going to focus on personal development, but we're also going to focus on people skills development. We're going to focus on professional development and on market skills development. You say, how in the heck can you fit all of that into one weekend, a 2-day weekend conference? Well, I'll tell you, because we're bringing in some of the top trainers in all of these areas right across the country who are going to help you, and they're going to share your journey, they're going to share your experience. And if you want to figure out how to have influence that's profound and positive, then I encourage you to mark the date, October 18th and 19th, down on your calendar, October 18th and 19th in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where we're going to have the Inspiration and Influence Conference. Our focus is going to be personal development, professional development, and leadership development. Registration is going to be opening soon. Early bird registration, I encourage you to tap into that so you can save yourself some money. There's also going to be a discount when you bring a friend or a partner or a group. Mark your calendars now. I would be so grateful if you enjoyed this video, if you could like it, if you could share it, log into your Facebook, let everybody know about this, tweet it out there, take an Instagram of this and send it somewhere so that people know kind of what's happening, because this conference is going to be transformational for me and for you. I can't wait to meet you there. So go ahead, please mark your calendars and register now. We'll see you at the conference in just a few months.